Hi, everybody. It's Cindy Williams here with another special topics D-Speak conversation for colleagues. This topic is about instructor awareness about when students enter our courses, particularly their first couple of semester of classes or any new semester of classes, especially if students are taking a full-time load. They have several classes. They may have several course deliveries that they're working with as well. And I just wanted to help us all think about the fact that every one of our classes does and should look different because of course content, because of the instructor view of how the course should be set up and how the materials should be presented, as well as the actual course materials themselves kind of dictating in some instances how we set up our modules inside Elearn. I just wanted to show faculty some screenshots that Caitlin Cochran was kind enough to gather for me, having been asked to pick what would be a typical full-time load for students enrolled in a first or second semester at DSCC in the 7 high enrollment courses. So after thanking Caitlin Cochran for selecting courses and selecting screenshots for me of the course homepage for each one of the classes, the Getting Started module, as well as one content module in each one of the classes, I do need to thank the instructors who gave permission for me to use these screenshots. So Rebecca Wiley for Art 1035, Andrea Lashak for Biology 2010, Angela Martin for History 2010, and Janine McMahon for Psych 1030. So let me scroll to my next slide. I hope, oops, sorry, as I go fast. So these are sample home pages of these courses. The home pages are going to look normally rather similar. Some people begin with their week 1 materials are available, but most all of us include a welcome to the course, and then somewhere above or below that, the instructor information. And you see the same for Biology 2010. Very similar setup, textbook, some people include that. Same thing for History, welcome to the course, textbook, and then course instructor information, the syllabus, things that we feel like are fairly important for students to see right up top on our home pages. For the psychology course, basically the same thing, and a link to the Getting Started module as well. The next slide shows some sample Getting Started. This is where some real differences begin to show up in what people include in their Getting Started modules. So for the art course, have a description as well as then various web pages that give information about not only the instructor, but the course, the pace of the course, the syllabus, navigating the course. For the biology course, you then have a course overview, instructor information, fairly similar things, a course calendar. Not everyone includes that. Some people do. It is, totally instructor preference, and it is tough to update that every so often, but the information, structure and grading for the course, online testing. Also see about the syllabus in the history version, some information about the various different types of assignments and study tips and recommendations, time management. And of course, at the end of the first Getting Started module for this course, you see a syllabus quiz. In psychology, you have 10 items in that Getting Started module. You can see that to the left of the screen, the message from the instructor, information about the course. I mean, fairly similar things, but we are beginning to move into some variations on how instructors envision the setup of their course. And already we're getting to things where students might be looking at different courses and not realizing which class they're in. It's easy for a student to look at, for instance, biology 2010 and history 2010, and perhaps only see the 2010 and click the wrong tab or go into the wrong homepage of the course. And so when students send us questions through email or they say, I don't understand how to navigate your course, it's not that your course is difficult. It is that a student is trying to manage 3, sometimes 4, even, as y'all know, 5 classes. and some classes that are 7-week, potentially 5-week, traditional length semester courses. So students are often trying to wrap their heads around a lot in the first week or so of classes. When you go to, see if I can get my slideshow. Now we're looking at course content modules. Again, some of us include descriptors at the top and then the course content below. As you can see on this page, in this first module, there are 19 items. And so it's broken out below that, but sometimes students don't understand that here is week 1, and then these are the pieces underneath it, and they don't always realize they need to click these action arrows. There's information here to tell them that, but again, as students tell me, well, there are just so many words. So many words. I just kind of went down and started clicking stuff. So that's how this course is set up, with a descriptor and then materials embedded within sections of the module. In A&P, you've got the module introduction, and then you have different types of resources that are made available for the students, which is another way to set up your course modules and might be popular for people. Again, a student who has art and also A&P may not quite know what they're looking at, but they see their 13 items, so hopefully they'll move over here and know to click. And I'm sure it was in the Getting Started module instructions about navigating the course. And then you have some module information. In the history course, broken out by modules, and then under the modules are chapters. Some people set up their Elearn course by weeks. Some people set them up by module numbers. Some people by titles, like chapter or section titles. So again, as students are trying to navigate those first couple of weeks of class, begin to figure things out about how they can best enter classes and be successful, and particularly if they're in one or more online courses, we do have to recognize as faculty that there's a bit of a learning curve for students to look at each class. And the first couple of days, they may be jumping between all of their courses and not really honing in on which class looks which way and how to navigate each course differently. So when we get emails from students that talk about, I can't navigate your course, I'm confused by how your course is set up, please realize that they may be stressing because they think it's the end of their semester in week 1. They can't quite figure out where things are. But just either walking them through that in a very quick email, or linking into an email in Elearn to the student, to perhaps if you have a course welcome Vimeo or explanation of how the course is set up, linking that to the student so that they've got that one link inside an email to go to, and it's merely a matter of going into the course, then going to the student, then go to the email from the student, and in the toolbar at the top of the email, there is a place where you can insert links. And at that point, it should take you into that course and the different types of like assessments, drop boxes, discussions, content. It should have the different elements for that course that that student is in. And that way you can link that student to the correct information that he or she is in need of as support, and move forward with your day, and they can move forward with the course as well. Again, when students look at these materials, they're often not sure what they're seeing or how to navigate. They might see that there are 19 things there, but they're not sure how to get to them. Again, most students would have read in the Getting Started module what the instructor says about moving from one section to the other. But we also know a lot of students are waiting until Sunday when an exam or a discussion is due, and then they're going and they're just clicking on whatever the test or the discussion post is. So I just wanted us as faculty to be aware that our students are doing their best, I hope, and that just to be aware that due to the different sorts of courses that we teach, the different types of content that we present, and each instructor's own perspective on how best to present and assess those materials. Our courses are absolutely, positively going to look different. And we just need to be aware that sometimes students seem angry at us and they really are anxious, afraid that they're missing things, afraid that they're not going to be successful in the course, and just providing them either a link inside of an email or copying and pasting the content from a document inside your course that directs students about how to navigate the course, or linking them to a Vimeo, will often give them the satisfaction that you as the instructor are going to respond to their questions and their emails, which a lot of times is the main thing, but also then that you're going to provide them with the support and the information to help them be most successful. Absolutely and positively, any students you certainly should direct to the academic success centers and or to TRIO if they're a student in that program, so that they can get additional support from anybody who might be at a location that is closest to them. And as you know, the Academic Success Center, as well as the TRIO tutors, are willing to talk to students on the phone and walk them through if possible, meet with them in Zoom, and certainly meet with them in person. That's all I've got for this short little PowerPoint presentation as a special topics here for D-Speak Conversation for Colleagues. Just wanted to give y'all a reminder and a heads up that recognizing the challenges our students face as they go into a new semester, as they go into a new group of courses, that often there is a somewhat steep learning curve to kind of figure out how to navigate each instructor's courses and to find the materials, whether it's content, assessments, discussion posts, how to find all of that information in our courses. Have a great rest of your week. Bye.